Hello friends, this is going to be a very fundamental program in context to C language, but definitely it will help you to understand how a loop works, especially while loop. So at the beginning I have declared few number of variables. Now why all these variables are there you will understand soon. And over here I've declared a variable, I've initialized rather a variable that is even sum and odd sum by 0. So you can well understand that I'm going to find out the even number or the odd number, and then I would be doing the summation of those even and odd numbers. So over here I am asking the user to enter a number. So let's consider the number which the user has given is 4, is the following number. Okay, let me run the code and then we will go through the program. So enter a number, so the cursor is waiting over here, and this time I'll give the number as 2 4 5 7 8, what I've written in the command line. As I hit the enter, what should happen? Well, that number will get stored in the variable num, and the same number I will be assigning to the variable bck, like a backup. You might be wondering, why am I assigning the same number to bck? Well, soon you will get the answer. And now what I'm going to do is that I want to extract all the individual digits that are there in the numbers, in the number 245 24,578. So I'm going to extract all those digits. So how do I extract it? There can be number of ways to do so, but this one according to me is very handy. So over here I'm saying that the number to 24,578, is it greater than 0? Yes, of course it's greater than 0. But initially it would be greater than 0, but at one point of time it won't be so, and that's how the count will come out of the loop, right? So over here what I'm doing is that I'm saying num mod 10. So once you do num mod 10, what should you get? Well, you should get the last number, that is 8. Okay, so that will get stored in the variable rem. I will be printing the same variable so that to make you understand that the numbers which I will be getting is the last number first. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to perform the I'm going to check whether the remainder which I have received, the last number which I have received, is it an even number or odd number. So the best way to check is that I will write the rem mod 2 is equal to 0 or not. If that is so, then we will increment the value of even sum. So how do you do that? Well, you can write it like this way: even sum equals to even sum plus rem. Okay, so let's consider in the very first case what should be the remainder. The remainder is going to be 8. So and 8 is divisible by 0, right? So that 8 would be added to the even sum. The even sum initial is 0. So even sum equals to even sum plus rem. So that means it would be 8 as a even sum that will get stored inside the variable even sum. Had this not been so, like for example 2 4, they will fall under the 8, but what if the value 5 is there or 7 is there? In that case it is not following in this particular scenario. I mean it would follow in the scenario, but like if it is an odd numbers, in that case it will not follow in the scenario. It will come to the else part, and the even odd sum will be incremental. So in this way it will go through all the digits until there would be no number left, on I better to say no digit left in this particular number, and then finally we will print the result that what we have received. Now as you can see over here, this number is gradually reducing and it will come to even below than 0. So for that reason I just took a backup of this number initially, because I want to show that number of whose even sum and the odd sum I am calculating. So I need to show this particular number once again. So it's not just I will be using it in the program and that's it, but I want to show it as a result also. So for that reason what we have to do is that we like, since I want to store it, for that reason I'm taking the back inside this backup variable, because as you can see over here, as a while loop is running, the number which I've taken as input gradually reducing down, and it would become less than 0 even, and then when the controller terminates from the program, by that point of time I already created a backup of I created this backup so that the number is there with me. And just like the way I calculated the modulus, in the same fashion I can also calculate the quotient, okay, so that I can verify the number once again. So in this case what will be the quotient? The quotient is going to be the leftover number. Like suppose in this case when I'm going to divide it by 10, the leftover number would be 2400 500 sorry, it would be like 2 4 5 7. 8 would be out of this particular number, so we are left with 2 4 5 7. This would be the remaining number that will stay back, and 2 4 5 7 greater than 0, so this process will be executed once again. In that fashion, I will get the last number 7 as modulus, and I will be left with 2 4 5. And then finally again it will be the same thing, I will be left with the value 5, and it would be just 24. So in this way gradually the decrement will take place, but eventually what happens is that at the end of the day you have understood how the loop operation is working, basically how the while loop is working. So as you can see over here, this is working like a condition to process the loop once again. Okay, so this condition is very important. Got it? So in this way we are able to extract individual digit from the number, and we can perform the the summation of even numbers and summation of odd numbers. And finally we are going to print all those things. We are going to print the backup. So if backup was not there, then this actual number on which we are working right now, which gradually came down to even less than 0, that number won't be there. But I want to show that number over here in the statement. So let me show you the output, how it is going to be. So I hit the enter, and now see, initially the 8 came as a remainder, then 7 came, then 5 came, 4 came, and that's how the numbers are getting generated. So the very first thing what will happen is that as you are going for the remainder, so the remainder number would be the very first one. Okay, and finally what we are going to do is that out of this number, which are the even numbers? So 4 is even number. 4 plus 8 plus 2, 8 plus 4 is 12, 12 plus 2 is 14. So that is the even sum, and the odd sum is 7 plus 5 is 12, and that is all that the odd sum. So fine, means like you got to see that how we are able to extract it. And if this backup was not taken, then how will you print the original number back? Because remember, by this point of time the number actually got reduced. So for that number, I mean, you are able to split the numbers, so that's how the number is getting reduced. And finally you are able to spot out the even sum and the odd sum like in this way. Got it? So from this particular program you understood that how loops is going to perform the work. Now you can just forward this particular program using function as well. Okay, so this same program you can implement it via function as well. Okay, I will try to make a video on this regard as well, so that is also clear to you guys. Okay, so that's all from this video presentation. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please take a look on this, and see you soon. Bye bye.